And it says we are live. It's Thursday night. I'm here. You're beautiful. It's time for GotBot Goes live. I'm a few minutes early, so it might be pretty slow with people coming in here. And this is a little bit, I'm not going to say it's a slower show because that's absolutely not true. But I don't have an unboxing this week because things haven't shown up. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot on the way, but has not yet shown up. So bear with me here, as always, until I get things set up. I do know that people are coming in there. Guys, bear with me a few moments. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Just getting this out and settled away. Just getting things settled away here a little bit. Bear with me here. Hey, Razor Bear, happy to see you here. I'm glad you're at home, not on the road. Glad you're safe, buddy. There we go. So I got that. Mike, happy to see you in here as always. Dragonfly, happy to see you in here, my friend. Landon, happy to see you in here, buddy. Awesome person, happy to see you in here. God, Ginrai, happy to see you in here. J737, happy to see you in here, buddy. Okay, so people are starting to come in. So let me kind of tell you what we are going to do tonight. And I guess before we do that, I'm going to do the intro. Why not? I might as well do the intro for those that see this after the fact. Of course, I'm your host, your humble host, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share. Of course, subscribe them while you're at it. Light them up, baby, and hit that notification bell. It helps me out a ton. It lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor, Transformers Collectors, NL, the Autobot Family, Transformers versus G.I. Joe versus DC Universe versus Marvel, and all of my social media links. They're in the description. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, of course, there's the donate link. There's Patreon. You can check us out on Teespring to see what we offer to you. There's a lot of lines there. And, of course, you can always hit the join button right here on YouTube. Become a channel member. Become part of the team. And there you go. We're going to kick things off. So what do we have tonight? We're going to do our trivia in just a little bit. I'm going to kind of do pickups. Really, it's sort of pre-orders in this week. We have a bunch of news to sort of cover and get to. Some of it very interesting and some of it a little bit surprising. But we're going to kind of dive into it all and dive into what I'm getting and not getting from the kind of reveals that have been coming up in the last week or so. And then we're going to get out of here. And if I didn't mention it, we're going to do the preview for Universal Collision episode 11. That's tomorrow, as is the next countdown. So tomorrow's going to be one of those GotBot kind of days, baby. GotBot kind of days. So very first thing I want to do is I want to give a shout out, and I just want to make sure I get it right. I want to give a shout out to Chris and Chad Like right here on YouTube. They have a lot of podcasts and stuff too. They do movie reviews, and they have a couple of shows that they're really just kind of getting up and going. Like they have and I'm just checking here. I want to make sure I get it right. They have the Force Watch, where Chris basically forces Chad to watch a movie that he wouldn't normally watch. They have Was It Good, where they basically review movies. Were they good? They are planning to introduce, as time goes on, some more discussion, some more skits. So there's a lot that's going to be going on there. There are new channels, but if you're a movie buff and you're into movies, that's probably a good place to go. Once again, if you don't remember the name, I'm going to throw it out there again for you. It is Chris and Chad Like. Simple as that. Chris and Chad Like. So big shout out to them. What else do we have here? My pickups for the week. I finally have Double Dealer coming. He's not expected until the 15th. My Scorponok reached DF 2 days ago. 2 days ago. Now, Dieppe is in Nova Scotia. No, New Brunswick. Whatever. It's close. It's the last stop before getting to St. John's and then getting to Mount Pearl, or Paradise, where I live. Wow, I really stumbled over that whole train of thought. I should know geography better than that. It's been a long day. But Dieppe is like one of those places where packages go to die, as they say, and it's there forever. Now, apparently it's because of the travel. Scorponok is slated to get here next Wednesday, the 9th. But the way I see it is, man, if it was in Dieppe 2 days ago, there's no reason that I should not be getting this by tomorrow. I think that the mail sometimes deliberately delays things so that you'll pay for like express shipping to get it faster, when in reality, you could get it faster anyway. They just, I think, delay it specifically so that you're encouraged to spend more money on shipping. That's my belief. Do I have any proof of that? No. I also pre-ordered this week Nemesis Prime. I was lucky to find him. He sold out fast, real fast. He was on some sites in the US a little bit longer. He was on one in Canada, and he wasn't on the site. He wasn't on A3U when I started a workout. I did a workout and I checked the site after, and it was sold out. So in the span of time it took me to do a workout, he went up and he sold out. Luckily, I found him on tftoys.ca, and I'm getting him from there. But we're going to talk a little bit about that because I find it very interesting where he's one of the Netflix War for Cybertron lads, because isn't that Walmart exclusive? We're going to talk about that in a little bit when we get to the news. So that's kind of my pickups for the week. And I do have some things being sent to me, but I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to spoil it. But some exciting stuff on the horizon, no doubt about it. I'm going to check in with you guys here now and see what you guys are saying, because I know you're talking here while I'm talking. Let's see. I need more bike bell. Bike bell is the best, man. That's the best bike belt in the world ever for anyone. I know everyone loves it. Hey Jay, happy to see you here. Grimlock Gone, happy to see you here as well, my friend. The Takara secret is not confirmed. G2 Volcanicus. It could be concept Dinobot combiner from Master. We're going to talk about that in a bit. I would bet dollars to donuts on what it is, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. I never believed for 1 second that it was a G2 Volcanicus. I don't believe that's it at all. I don't even know who brought that up. No. And they already released the Power of the Primes, lads. I think it's pretty obvious who it is, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Hey, Maximal 10. Starscream Wife, of course, is in here. She's doing some stuff over there, so it's exactly what she said. Hey, Runus, let's see. Just got the Dirge and Ramjet. Now have all the Earthrise Seekers out right now. Not out here. They're not slated to release here until October 1st. Now, that being said, Prowl and Ironhide was slated to release on September 1st. September 1st came, and they were immediately out of stock. Don't know when they'll be back in stock. I've had my pre-order in since July, I'm going to say a couple of months for sure. And mine are not shipped. So, and they're due here September the 11th. Never in a billion years going to happen. Even if they were to ship them right now, there's no way that they're going to get here in that time. I expect that day is going to come and pass, and it's going to get pushed and pushed and pushed. We'll let you know when there's a date, and I expect to get them sometime in November. That's going to be my guess. We'll see what happens with the cone heads. I don't expect them anytime soon, but I am looking forward to them. No word on Thrust yet. Let's see. G2 set makes more sense than a Dino King repaint. Some have speculated. G2 does make more sense than a repaint, but I think the repaint is exactly what we're going to get. I would bet dollars to donuts at Dino King. Like I would bet, if I had $1 billion, I would bet $1 billion is going to be Dino King. That's how sure I am on it. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't have $1 billion anyway. So Thrust might be coming in Kingdom. Might, but I don't know how we're going to get Thrust. We've seen it. Thrust could be in Kingdom. Possibly. I kind of agree with you. Or could be in something else, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. It would be weird Thrust coming out in the next year, where we got the listing for him at the beginning of the year. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. That would be very weird. So from Dieppe to here, another 6 months. Yeah, right? Dieppe's New Brunswick, right? I got that right the second time around, right? Yeah, okay. I don't know why I said Nova Scotia. I knew it was New Brunswick. Yeah, and I heard that Thrust was last wave for Earthrise too, but I think that a lot of that is changed. And we're going to talk about that a little bit when we talk about the word exclusive and when we talk about the pace of releases coming up. I bet people didn't want to get the Netflix Mirage until they saw the show. I would agree. I still don't want it, but I would agree to you. I think now people are like, oh, I need that Mirage. I 100% agree with you. Nemesis Prime is available on Dorkside Toys. Yeah, I heard that. I don't know if that's any good outside of the US, but I have heard that they're on there in the US. I don't know a lot about Dorkside Toys, but I've heard good things. I don't know why everybody's saying Thrust is going to be a store exclusive. There's been no indication of that. It was always said all along that he was mainline. That there's never been any indication that he's an exclusive to anything. It was always said that he was mainline, and for some reason the other two were exclusive. Go figure. There's no spoiler for Earthrise Double Dealer is amazing. You know, like I hear people say this. I'm a hard man to please. I'm not easily impressed with much in life. So when people say something's amazing, I'm like, we'll see. Like people are like, the Earthrise Seekers are amazing. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're okay. They're all right. They look okay, but they're far cry from amazing. With no waist, with that junk on the legs, they're okay. Calm down. This is one of the things that a lot of people criticize me for. They're like, you're so harsh on stuff. I am. You're right. I'm hypercritical. You're 100% right. But if I think something is amazing and I'm blown out of the water, you can rest assured it must be amazing because I'm not an easy man to please. Simple as that. Take it to the bank, baby. Take it to the bank. Let's see. I could get Double Dealer through Amazon, but Walmart has listings for stuff coming on the 10th, so not sure if I want to wait or wait till then. I don't expect our Walmart to get anything anytime soon. They've had nothing since February, and it's no sign that anything is coming in. The toy sections are in disarray. Like nobody's even zoned them in I don't know how long. And like not just toys, like a lot of empty shelves for a lot of stuff there. Like shipping stopped. I don't know. I have no idea. I got Nemesis pre-order. Yes, so do I. Walmart doesn't really like to carry leader class. They don't. Walmart always has here, but since they've done the rezoning or whatever, when they do the new shelf configurations, there's not even a tag for leaders anymore. So I don't know. Yeah, I know Red is in Canada. I saw that just before we came on air. Not here. It's in Calgary, west side of the country. Yeah, Dino King absolutely is Dino King. I mentioned G2 Volcanicus because someone else here said something about, yeah, a couple of people have said G2 Volcanicus, but I don't know why. I don't see it. It's going to be Dino King. 100%. That's what it's going to be. If it's not, if it's anything but Dino King, I will be shocked. I will be flabbergasted because that's the only one of those combiners left to go. But a lot of people will be disappointed by it if it's just a reshell of the Dinobots because it's not going to look like the right members. You can't just give the Dinobot bodies with new head sculpts and call it Dino King. That's not going to work. You would need some different moldings from different parts. But you know what? They took the Abominus and they redid it as the Seacons. I think they're going to take the power of the Primes and they're going to redo it as Dino King. And you know what? I'd be in for it because I like Dino King more than Monstructor. A lot of people like Monstructor. I prefer Dino King. To each their own. I will be shocked if it's anything else but. I kind of hope it is something else but I don't believe for a second. Nothing else makes sense. Like to me, G2 doesn't make sense. I don't think it would sell. Not enough for them to make it worth doing it. Takara will only do it if they know that they're guaranteed a certain amount of sales. Simple as that. The pre-order thing is ridiculous. My Scorponok was supposed to be here before my birthday, never came. Yeah, the pre-order thing is ridiculous. We're going to talk about that pretty soon, actually. As we go down here. I'm surprised that they used the Siege Optimus for Nemesis Prime. Me too. I expected that they would use the Earthrise. Hey, BS Prime, happy to see you. Hey, Larkin, always happy to see you here. Adamantium Matrix, happy to see you if I didn't say it already, my friend. Thrust is supposed to be this month. Everything is supposed to be this month or next month. And I don't believe we're getting any of it in September, October. I believe we're going to get it all in November, December. And then we're also going to get the first wave of Kingdom then. It's all going to be piled on. And we're going to talk about that, like I said, in just a few minutes. Transformers Universe through the Galactic Odyssey collection. Yeah, I got I got that pre-order too. We're going to talk about that. You guys get ahead of yourselves here, man, when you say all this stuff. We're not to it yet. But we're going to get to it. I got the Netflix Mirage before the show. I haven't got Netflix anything because guess what? That's right. They're not here. Never did come. I just got Power of the Primes Jazz and Earthrise Hoist 2 days before. I like both. I like Power of the Primes Jazz. He gets a tough name. I love Hoist. Got my double dealer on order. Yes, still waiting. Me too. Seen the Galactic thing with Ratchet and Lifeline. There are 4 others. Yep. Other people who work at store has seen this thing and what? Saw he was a store exclusive. Not sure what it was. I would be very skeptical of that awesome person because I've only heard people suggest it. No proof has shown that that is a store exclusive. But Hasbro did say that it was part of Earthrise. He was supposed to be a Voyager in Wave 4 originally. It was supposed to be Snapdragon in Wave 2. It was supposed to be the Quintesson Judge in Wave 3. And it was supposed to be Thrust in Wave 4. That was stated by Hasbro. So until somebody comes back and says what Hasbro said was wrong, then I'm going to go with it's a regular release. Thrust could be a Generation Selects, could be, but that's not what I heard from Hasbro. But I think a lot of that has changed. So you could be right. The awesome person could be right because I think a lot has changed because this year has thrown everything in flux. So, like I said, we'll get to that. I don't know. Again, we're going to talk about exclusives coming up. Let's see. Is on the show. Pre-order the hanger. Her price is scalped. Hey, Robert. Happy to see you here. I'm getting animated Ratchet soon. Cool. I like Generations Wind Charger too. Shipping is all messed up right. Oh man, is it ever? I bet for your business it's even difficult. Absolutely, Larkin. What? Yeah, I think it's Dino King. I'm with Larkin. Absolutely, 100%. It's Takara Tomy, so it will be Japan centric. Absolutely, and Dino King would be the way to go. Go down here. And guys, I know I'm going to miss some. Today I got Jada Toys diecast 112 Chevrolet Impala at Asada. Okay, cool. I guess if you're into the 112 scale. Tiger Track, Earthrise Wave 3 and 4 are going to release together in October. I agree, 100%. Here I expect 2, 3, and 4 to all release together. And it's going to be chaos. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about exclusive and pace. Here's the thing. Things were planned for the entire year for Earthrise, and then production got shut down, and they weren't making sales, and things weren't shipping, and Hasbro was hemorrhaging money, and they had quarter losses that looks bad for investors. So when things started to get going again, they pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. I'm sure overworked some of those workers in those factories to make sure that they stayed on schedule. Everything that was supposed to be throughout the full year and revealed at these various shows and whatnot have all now gotten pushed into 4 months, which is why we're getting wave 2, 3, 4, all of the selects, all of the Galactic Odyssey, all of the Netflix stuff, all of the studio series, all coming out before Christmas. Because guess what? That first wave of Kingdom that needs to release in January needs to be out before Christmas as well. It's too much too soon. way too much, way too soon, and it's confusing too many people and just causing frustration and way too many exclusives. Exclusives are a nuisance and they're selling out too quickly. Too many fans are losing out and missing out, and then they can't even keep the date straight. I had a date for when my Ironhide and Prowl was supposed to release. The date's here, gone, past. It's not going to be here on time. I don't even believe for a second that it's anywhere in any warehouse at Amazon. Don't even believe that they have it, let alone ship it out. I think that you're going to get very limited runs on this because they're trying to do so much so quickly that I don't think you're going to get much in the way of second runs. Then you have all of the stuff being redone for the Netflix series. We haven't even got Wave 1 show up here. None of it. Zero of it. And they're already talking about Wave 2 and releasing Wave 2. And it's gone from being a Walmart exclusive to now being a Walmart and online retailers exclusive. Not to mention being a Walmart exclusive excludes it from a lot of the world that don't have Walmart. Then we have all the stuff that's Amazon exclusives. Amazon can't even keep their dates right. Just look at the Dirge and Ramjet. Some people got it. Some people are saying that they have releases in October. I've heard some people say they don't have their date until November. That's nuts. That's insane. Then you have people saying, like me, hey, we don't even have Snaptrap here. And then you get someone like Deluxe who's getting the Quintesson Judge, who's the next wave after. It's too much trying to be distributed at the same time. What they should have done to keep things sane was pace it out. But now they've done these reveals every second Tuesday, and it's a number of pre-orders going up. And I've never pre-ordered anything in my life until now, because I feel like you have to, or it's gone like that, because people are worried that if they don't jump on it now, it's going to be gone. And the problem is a lot of it is gone to bots and scalpers. And then Hasbro complains and says, hey, our products are being sold for astronomical prices online. If you weren't being a bunch of doughheads and making everything exclusive to somewhere, this wouldn't happen. Just make the products and put them out. Let's look at the Earthrise Seekers. Whether you like them or whether you don't, doesn't matter. All three of them should have been either mainline releases everywhere, or all three of them should have been in one pack like the Rainmakers. Don't give everyone Starscream, knowing that everyone is going to want Thundercracker and Skywarp, and then say, hey, Thundercracker and Skywarp are a two-pack. It's going to be hard to get to this one store. If you don't live in the U.S. where there's Target, and you don't live in Canada where there's Toys R Us, I don't even know how you're going to get them. I honestly don't know how you're going to get them. I think it's ridiculous. Then we find out, on top of all this, now the Galactic Odyssey, and some people said it's going to be 5 packs. I surmised at the time and said, okay, so Pounce Wingspan will be 1, and the Seekers will be another one, and now we have Ratchet and Lifeline will be another one. And then I find out, no. Cybertronian Villains was 1 subline. That's gone to Target and Toys R Us. And now Galactic Odyssey is going to be 5 more box sets? Really? Really? I feel like what they're doing is shooting themselves in the foot because people are getting sick and tired of it. It's too much. Everybody wants it, but it's too much. It's way too much. With the world after shutting down and a lot of people still at work, a lot of people are putting themselves in trouble to get this. And it's a bit scary. I have a bunch of pre-orders in. I'm fine with it because I've already allotted for it and budgeted for it. And there are certain things that I passed over because I was like, I can't afford it. I didn't plan for it. I'm not getting it. Corden and Spin Out just announced this past Tuesday. Not even considering it. Not even considering it. Not because I wouldn't like to have them. Not because they're not cool. If I see them in store, because EB Games will be carrying them here. If I happen to see them in store later in the fall, maybe. But right now, I have enough pre-orders in and paid for, and I'm waiting on enough stuff that I probably should have had months ago, that I feel like I don't have the patience or the interest to put in any more money to be waiting on stuff that hasn't even released or shipped yet. My Rotor Storm, not out. Larkin got his. Mine isn't even slated to come out till November. I went back and looked at it. Not even slated to come out till November. Tiger Track, not slated to come out till October. It's too much. The pace is too fast, and everything being exclusive is a nuisance. Exclusive is not good. It's never been good, and it's causing a lot of strife and discord in the fandom and a lot of resentment because people are going back and they're blaming Hasbro and saying, why are you making exclusive? You're making it hard to get, and now you're just aggravating us. That's not good for any of us, man. That's not good for any of us. So for patrons and channel members, I actually have a pretty deep discussion about all that coming up, but that's kind of the nuts and bolts of it. I'm going to go back because I know you guys have been saying a lot. I'm doing all right, by the way, Robert. I saw your question there, buddy. I know I'm going back here, and I do apologize here, guys. Let's see. Hey, Razor Matrix. Happy to see you. Just got the the Cyberverse RC. Beautiful RC. Love her face sculpt. Target is just throwing things on the shelf. Even Street Day dated. And that's the thing. That's the thing. What's with street dates? If a store gets it, just put it bloody out and sell it. Don't put it out and then somebody goes up to the counter with it and be like, oh, sorry, that's not due until September 14th. Can't sell it to you. It's ridiculous. I would get the red Sunstreaker if it wasn't in a 2-pack. And that's the other thing. Everything got to be in a multi-pack? No, it doesn't. There's a right way and a wrong way to do exclusives. Something like the Rainmakers was the right way. But something like the Earthrise 2-pack Seekers, the wrong way. Mainline characters like that, never in a billion years should be exclusive. Let's see. And I don't get why sometimes they can't even do them right. Like, this is my Siege Ratchet. Now, I've done some custom paint on him because his waist now, or his pelvis hair, is red. His hands are red. He has the crosses on his shoulders. This is the way he should be. Well, except for the red in here. But this is the way he should be. And then I see the Earth Mode one, which is a bit of iffy Earth Mode, but I see the Earth Mode one. And right away, the thighs are black and his pelvis is white. Why? That's not right. You know it. I know it. His hands are black. That's not right. So right away, I'm having to get this and fix it again because you didn't do it right. I'm getting really tired of doing that too, to be honest with you. Just do it right. If you're going to do it, man, just do it right. Today I got, you already said that one and I read that one. So going down here, I just pre-ordered the add-on for SS Devastator. That would be, I assume you mean the DNA design one, which gives a bunch of pieces, including the wrecking balls. Cool. I guess if you have the Studio Series Devastator, I definitely think it's worth it to make him definitive. But that's just me. I didn't go in for him. But honestly, I can't argue with you doing it in the least. I like DNA designs. I think they make a good product. I'm doing fine today. Let's see. I think retailers are asking for stuff to just be shipped ahead of dates to be in time for Christmas. You're probably right, Larkin. Honestly, I think you're right. I really do think you're right. I'm just going to buy Transformers for Christmas. Me too, man. Me too. Wait 2 months or for Wonderfest to reveal Prototype and Armada Optimus Prime Voyager like Prototype. I don't believe for a second Wonderfest is going to happen. I think it's going to get canceled like everything else. If New York Toy Fair for 2021 in February has been postponed, and that's talking February 13th to the 16th of 2021, I don't see Wonderfest happening because that usually happens in January. I don't see it happening. It could, but I'll be surprised if it does. Yeah, agreed. Exclusives are paying the bot. As we go down here, I've heard that probably there's gonna be a Holler recolor from Grapple. See, again, what you heard is a rumor from a fan. Nothing's been said about that. Nothing's been announced about that, and that's how rumors get started. But would it make sense to do a Holler from it? 100% it would. I saw a custom Holler done. It was beautiful, by the way. Waiting for my Ironhide and Prowl too. See, Mike's waiting for it too. And Mike, did you get a shipping notice for that, buddy? Didn't get my cone heads. Said the package was damaged and they sent it back. Okay. I got SS Wave 10 Deluxes already. I heard that the Wave 10 just came out. They came out here in Canada, like, I think it was announced like today. I'm not in for anything from that wave, but cool for you. I do think that the Cliff Jumper looks cool. Pre-ordered the Coneheads 2-pack, supposed to be here on August 30th. right? Now the shipping was pushed to September 30th. Like, that shouldn't happen. No. And it shouldn't happen with Amazon. With all the bucks deluxe that Jeff Bezos got, there's no reason that there should be any delay. Do better business. You have to or you're screwed. Boss Gunny just said it there. If you don't do the pre-orders, that's what's going to happen. If not because of greedy fans, then because of bots that are going to swoop in and buy it all up and then sell it after for an outrageous amount. And some of them are stores. Like there are certain ones, at least here in Canada, that everybody knows, like CMD store. Everybody knows that they got bots. They're going to buy everything up and then they're going to jack up the price and resell it. Like Walmart had the Snapdragon up, sold out like that, and right away CMD store had it up for $20 to $25 more. Okay, nobody buys from them, for the record. The Transformers WFC Earthrise Nemesis Prime looks what? Omega Supreme. It does look Omega Supreme awesome. You're right, absolutely. We're going to talk about that in just a little bit too. Getting Double Dealer, Generation Drift. Generation Drift is beautiful, man. I just reviewed the guy. Love him. Love him. Gamer Tunes, I appreciate it, buddy. No, I'm good, dude. I am good, but I appreciate it, man. Remodeling the kitchen, so everything has slowed down. Ain't that true? Secret 2-pack is getting the... Is what? Secret 2-pack is getting the hands of collectors with no coincidence who pay for someone to what? Oh, to steal it from the store. That's the other thing that has been happening. Like, we had a shipment come in of the Secret 2-pack. And I know a dude who picked it up legitimately, and apparently 4 came in. It was brought up to me after that 2 sold. The other 2 were stolen. There you go. Stolen. I bet you they got sold after on the aftermarket. That's the other thing. You make all this exclusive and you have small runs, and then you have theft on top of it because people are scum, right? I mean, we all know it's not a surprise, right? We all know this. And they're going to take it. So if the bots don't do it and the scalpers don't do it, the scumbags do. It's getting harder and harder to find enjoyment. Like, I love going to the hunt, but sometimes when it's things going on like this, it's really frustrating. Not just for me, but I'm sure it's frustrating for you guys too. Got to be, man. Which is a lot of times why I try to like help other collectors out and help people out when I see stuff locally. And I'm like, hey guys, this is there and this is here. It's why I don't do things like buy 50 of the Titans Return Sharkticons. I bought a trio, and every time I saw them after, I pointed out on a local group, hey guys, here they are, so that other people could go and get them as well. I'm sure Hasbro would want everything to be normal releases like back in the 80s, but major retailers aren't willing to order them when they are first solicited. That's true, Larkin. You're absolutely right. 100%. You're absolutely right. But the problem is retailers think they're doing a wonderful thing by getting stuff exclusive. But like for me, I get so bitter going into certain stores looking for that exclusive item that I don't even look at anything else in the store. I'm not willing to buy anything else in the store because you've already aggravated me enough now that I'm going to get in, I'm going to look for the explicit thing I want, and I'm going to get out, and you're not getting any more of my business because you've made it difficult for me. That's the way my mind works, you know? No, that's not what happened. Also, you're saying it like defensively. Also, let me remind you, Target tried to expand into Canada, and you guys rejected them to the point they had. No, that's not what happened at all. But that's cute that you think so. No, let me tell you exactly what happened. They came in, and they had no stock, and they opened too early without any stock. They had no distribution set up, so they opened with half-empty stores, and then almost right away, their red card program, app, site, whatever, got hacked, and everybody's personal information was stolen. They had a rough start. Me and Starscream Wife personally, we loved Target. We went there explicitly over other retailers because we loved it. And there were certain stores in Canada that were making profit, and there were certain stores in Canada that were being rejected and losing profit. There were 130 stores. 70 of them were noted as making profit. The other ones weren't. What a lot of us said was, why don't you just close the ones that aren't? Scale back. Don't leave, because you're just getting your footing. You're just getting your distribution together. You're just starting to get stuff rolling. You're just starting to get a routine. Keep the ones that are making profit. Close the other ones. Expand later. But instead of doing that, what did they do? They closed all of them. I don't know why. I loved it. I dearly miss it. I wish that they would try again. Smaller. Try smaller, guys, because what really happened was they came in and Walmart didn't want the competition and strangled them out. Here we were supposed to have 2. We ended up with 1 because the other location they were scouting was taken over in a lease by Walmart. Now, Walmart had previously moved out of that location saying, we don't need to be there. But because Target was looking to go there, Walmart explicitly opened up another store there to keep them out of it. And they explicitly, and Toys R Us done the same thing, they explicitly no longer had any minimum orders for free shipping. It was just free shipping because Target was a threat. And the moment Target said, we're pulling out, we're going to start winding down operations, immediately minimum orders jumped right back up to $50 before it was free shipping. It was despicable the way it was handled and the way that they were strong-armed out. I'm still bitter about it. We miss Target to this day. So no, don't say Canada rejected it. That's wrong. What happened was they got strangled out of the market, and the stores that weren't making profit were the ones that you heard the biggest complaints about, because the ones that were making profit didn't get a fair shake. So that's not quite right, buddy. I don't want a Netflix Mirage. I have around 8 at what? I have around 8 at the Target, 2 miles from me. Any of you guys want me to grab? There, see, there's a gent. Gamer saying, look, he can get his hands on a whole bunch of them. If there's anybody in the chat that wants to have the 2-pack and can't find them, look, Gamer got your back, man. Fish Strength and Fitness. What did I miss? You haven't missed much yet. We've kind of gone through some of the stuff here. We're going to do the trivia in a moment, and then we're going to fly through the news a bit. There's a question. There's a Generation Selects coming out every month. Every month. There's Generation Selects coming out every week. Every week. We had the G2 Megatron Sandstorm. Then we had Black Roritachi, or whatever it's called, or Rorichi. And then we had who else? I don't know. Bug Bite. And then we had Rotor Storm and Tiger Track. And then we had Hubcap. All of these came out 1 week apart on those bloody Tuesdays that we've kept having. And we have another one of those Tuesdays coming. I don't even know what else they could announce. I don't even know what else they could announce. Slex Hubcap was awesome. I'm not a big fan of that mold. I got it coming as Bug Bite, but 1 copy of that mold's enough for me. I don't really like it that much. I'm selling a ton of on eBay to afford the exclusives. That's something else a lot of people are doing. Holy Moses. Keeps jumping way down. I need a Holler recolor of Grapple. I don't know if I need it, but it'd be cool to have. Hey, John, happy to see you. I need to get myself a job because too much stuff I want. Yeah, right? How about a decent Inferno? Well, Inferno is coming out in Earthrise. That's confirmed. And G1 Inferno is coming out in Earthrise. Or not Earthrise, in Kingdom. So your prayers have been answered, Boss Gunnies. What I can say to you there, buddy? No, not yet. And they haven't taken the money either. No, they haven't taken my money either, because they don't until they ship. I bet you it's going to be November, Mike. I bet you it's going to be November before our Ironhide and Prowl ships. The Seekers are shell forming in my Target now. That's really interesting, Jay. Very interesting that they're shell forming. Very interesting. Why buy something and sell it for 5 times the amount when you can steal it and do the same thing? Exactly. And that's what they're doing. Distribution sucks in my area, in PA, Pennsylvania. We hardly get anything in our Walmart. Yeah, usually ours are okay, but not since the world has went topsy-turvy. Took me forever to get the Rainmakers scalp. I was lucky. I got the Rainmakers at cost. Didn't get them on sale, but I got them at cost when they came out. Ironhide and Ratchet, locked behind Amazon and unavailable to Australians. Sucks. See, There you go. Like, there's another problem with exclusive. There's another problem right there with exclusive. How are these people supposed to get them? What? Pay an arm and a leg to a third-party online retailer and shipping on top of it? No, it's no need. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Larkin is 100% about retailers and exclusivity. And the reason that Hasbro backs them is because I can honestly say that they see a huge sales boost. At times, even their website has cracked. Oh, look. Here's the thing, gamer. Yeah, I mean, for them, they pay a premium for things like exclusives. They get bigger orders because you're the only ones that are going to have this. The problem is they're leaving sales on the table. Like, they're making upfront profit from the business that they're selling it to that's going to sell it after. But in the long run, what they're really doing is leaving sales on the table because not everywhere has that store and not everywhere has the means to get it that way. But you have a lot of fans who would like to have it that aren't going to get it because they don't have that store or access to that store, which means things that would sell normally at regular retail are now going to end up going on a deep discount clearance. That's a shame. That's not good for anybody. It's not good for fans. It's not good for the retailers that are buying them. And it's not good for the manufacturer that's producing them. And for some reason, nobody sees that the best thing to do is make sure that the fans and the people actually doing the purchasing get the product. There's too much corporate greed getting in the way of collector joy. That's what I'd say about that. I mean, it's true. You guys are right, but that's also the truth. But hey, Geek Man, I know it's you, Thor. They've been doing too many exclusives lately. Jillian, you're right. Waiting for my Scorponok, paid $174, was debating if I should sell him on eBay. Now I'm thinking I'm going to keep him. I'm not selling my Scorponok. May have been a little late. That's okay, Den. What do I think of the red figures? I like the concept. I liked Action Master, so I'm not one of these people that's like, a Transformer needs to transform. No, Transformers is a brand. These are characters within the brand. They can sometimes transform, but they don't always have to. I think red is good if your focus is on a hyper-accurate robot mode, and they can pull off some beautiful poses. It will work for certain characters better than others. I see it working well for Megatron, for example, because if you want him to turn into his traditional gun, well, you can get like little versions that are technically his alt mode, and then you could just have the robot mode. It doesn't transform, but it kind of doesn't have to. Same with Soundwave. Let's say you get the Centurion pack. You're getting a little tiny Soundwave. Maybe you just need the robot, and maybe the red is right up your alley. An Optimus Prime that doesn't transform, that might be a little bit more iffy, but I think they look good. I think they're accurate. I think they're well done, but they're going to be for a specific type of person that's okay with them not transforming, and that's not going to be everyone. Hasbro sucks with these exclusives. They do. I saw the 4-pack Seekers at my Target. Shell forming, yeah, that's the Cyberverse ones. I heard about them shell forming too. I do like the look of the Earthrise Soundwave. We're going to talk about that too, because my Soundwave, this is my Siege Soundwave, and he's in his cassette mode. But we're going to talk a little bit about that as we run down through the news here, hopefully soon. Oh my God, that Target thing I said it in jest. Listen, it's funny, gamer, though. You're saying you said it in jest, but like a lot of people have said, like they left in 2015, I think it was, and a lot of people have said to me, like, don't complain about Walmart because you forced Target out. I've heard that for the last 5 years. Enough that it's been like, man, I've got to defend it. No, that's not what happened. We didn't force it out. I wish they were back here. I'd give up all 4 of our Walmarts for one Target. It was such a nicer shopping experience. And they did get everything way earlier. Like, that's where I started Combiner Wars. And they had it way before anywhere else did. I would not have had FOC Skywarp if it wasn't for Target. There are things that they got that nowhere else got, and I have explicitly because of them. So I miss them every day. My Walmart is practically nothing but hot links. Really? That's so crazy. Like, nothing but hot links, but we've gotten Zip. School sucks so far. Ain't that true for everyone? What? I ran the security group that helped launch those stores. Oh, and I couldn't believe they pulled out after 6 months. It was ridiculous. It was so sad because like they had a rough start. There were certain mismanagement things done, but they were just finding their footing. I even love their displays. To this day, my set that's out on the front deck of our house came from Target. Like no, man, I miss them. I miss them. I do. Too many Hot Links and Megatrons on the shelf. Oh, that's hilarious since we've got none. That's adorable. Send them our way, man. Yeah, they did. They messed it all up really bad. What do you think of the next Galactic Odyssey? I have no idea. I think it's going to be a 3-pack, though, of deluxes with... They're saying that it's the Trailbreaker, Sideswipe, and what's the other one that they're saying it is? Trailbreaker, Sideswipe, and Cliff Jumper. I have no idea what it could be. Not a clue. But I assume it's going to be some sort of 3-pack with them toward the end of September. I guess. I assume it's going to be one toward the end of October, toward the end of November, and then toward the end of December, probably just in time for Christmas. That's my take on it, and I'm sure they're all going to be astronomically priced. I remember being a freshman like 30 years ago. Yeah, feel you, man. But I have no idea exactly what it's going to be. The Earthrise hoist I got was the last one. It was on the supermarket shelf. I got lucky. NYC doesn't want Walmart out here. Never go by what the media says. Always ask locals, right? As we go down here. Got clones. Hey, Ninja Bill. Happy to see you here, buddy. Hey, Master Fire. What should you do? I don't know what you should do. Having a creative blackout in terms of customs. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you to do, dude. Yeah, the executives. Made mistakes and didn't want to take responsibility for it, basically. Hey, Nathaniel, I hope that you will get the G1 reissue blaster from Walmart. And who is your favorite voice of Optimus? Favorite voice of Optimus, Peter Cullen, because he's the only voice who should ever be Optimus. And we're not going to get the G1 blaster here. We haven't gotten any of the G1 reissue stuff since the Optimus Prime that came out without a trailer. We haven't gotten anything since then. We didn't get the Soundwave, and we didn't get Astro Train, and we didn't get the cassettes, and we didn't get Devastator, and we're not going to get this because it doesn't sell. It like the Optimus Prime got cut down to $7. That's what he sold for, from 70. And even then, like, he was around for a long time. They don't sell here. We're not going to get it. And it doesn't matter to me. I don't want it. I'm not a G1 guy. They don't have the articulation that I want. I'm not even slightly interested in them. The listing I saw on the 10th at my Walmart, seeing the blaster, and yeah, if you're into like the G1 reissues, cool, but I like Generations. I need them to be able to articulate so I can animate them. If they can't do that, then I don't have a use for them. But that's just me. That's not saying there's anything wrong with them. I'm just saying that's just me, right? As we go down here. Hey, Ravage, Macadam Wave was the first Cyberverse wave I decided to go in on. I'd like to have Macadam. I would love to have Macadam, but I don't have the space or the money or the interest for all the other characters. If somebody had a Macadam and wanted to sell the combined Macadam, I'd probably get that for a reasonable price. Hey, Sovereign Knight, happy to see you here. Guys, I know I'm missing a lot, but there's a lot going on here. Hasbro Pulse has Siege Omega Supreme back up. Yeah, I heard that was happening, actually. I heard that Jetfire is going back up as well. Listings on Walmart that Sunstreaker and Trailbreaker is available to buy, but be warned, it's a deception, and they don't have them in stock. If you say so. That must be on .com, because that's the first I've heard about it. Doesn't matter. I got mine pre-ordered 3B games anyway. I get Blaster if you had cassettes. Walmart is lying about having the new wave. Big shock. Corporation lie? Heaven forbid. Who would have ever thought? Okay, very quickly, tomorrow we have the countdown of the top 10 like guys who switch sides, top 10 side switching, side changes, allegiance changes, whatever you want to call it. That's going to come up sometime tomorrow morning, afternoon. And the character who took number one before our highest, our number one with the most votes was Wheelie. He had the most votes of any character in any countdown that we've done. But we have a new one. Number one for tomorrow has the most votes that any character has gotten for any countdown we've done. So we got that coming up. And then tomorrow, 7 Eastern Standard Time, we have Season 2, Episode 11, The Brewing Storm. Universal Collision's newest chapter up and coming. This is the episode before the 2-part season finale, which is going to be pure chaos. So kind of the setup for tomorrow really quickly. The Decepticons are en route to Orchris and just arrived there and are aboard the Nemesis, that being Megatron and the Fallen and Steeljaw and kind of all their cronies. On Orchris' surface, Overlord, Bludgeon, and Beast Wars Megatron have taken over control of the planet and imprisoned all of the inhabitants on it, who were led by Grimlock, Prime Predaking, and Optimus Primal. There's only a few stragglers left out around, being Dinobot, Cheetor, and Silverbolt that we know of right now. And that's kind of where it stands. So there's a horde of Decepticons both on the planet now and in space, plus Unicron's forces are coming. All of the good guys on the planet have been imprisoned except for 3 or 4. And that's where it stands. That's where we're currently at. Tomorrow, in tomorrow's episode, the Autobots, the 4 primes who have to get back there to try and free Alpha Trion and free Primus from Limbo, are going to kind of start to come together to be a convoy to begin to go back. But at the planet itself, we're finally going to see Overlord meet Megatron. And we're even going to see Overlord meet Megatron, meet Beast Wars Megatron, meet the Fallen. Talk about generations of evil. We're going to see the hundreds of forces of Decepticons finally converge, and we're going to get some hints as to whether or not they will get along or not. The storm is brewing, and tomorrow we kick it off. Join us. It's a great way to kick off the weekend. It'll run about a half hour, and it will lead us right into the 2-part season finale. This is the calm before the storm, so to speak. So that's what we got coming up tomorrow. I've already talked about my pickups. Let's do the trivia. Let's get the trivia out of the way because we got a ton of people in here. Now let's get the trivia out of the way. Trivia this week. Okay, you ready? Okay, trivia this week, of course, brought to us by good friend of the channel, Dragonfly. And the trivia is, which one of the following was not one of the original Dinobots? Grimlock, B, Slag, C, Sludge, or D, Snarl? Which one was not one of the original Dinobots? Grimlock, Slag, Sludge, or Snarl? A, B, C, or D? A, Grimlock, B, Slag, C, Sludge, D, Snarl.
Everybody's saying Snarl.
What are you saying?
I'm gonna go. What is it? Go with the. I'm gonna ask the audience to go with D.
She's going with D. And the answer, of course, is D. You guys knew that. Of course. We all know that we had the 3 Dinobots first, and then when they kind of became very belligerent, we ended up with Snarl and Swoop after the fact. Hey, L. Blitzwing. Let's see. A transformer that doesn't transform is weird. It is weird, but I mean, again, like Bobby Skullface says it best. Transformers is a brand. And the fact that there are certain characters within there who can undertake transforming is cool. But it's lasted now for so long. I mean, we're 35 years in that now the brand has beloved characters that can be represented in many ways. In art, in statues, in non-transformable offerings, and of course in traditional transformable offerings. So I get it. I get it from the standpoint of a brand. We go down here. Hey, Steve. Happy to see you. Today in Europe, yeah. She loves the trivia. You believe from the possible Walther P38 Megatron in core class from that could be. Maybe the core class Megatron will be a Walther P38. It could be. Interesting idea, L Blitzwing. I never thought of that, but it could be. Everybody's saying Snarl. Oh, of course. Okay, so we've gone through. You know that tomorrow's going to be a GotBot kind of day with our countdown of the top 10 guys who switch sides for good or bad. Some of them have iterations of the character that went from good to bad, while the same character went from bad to good. It's kind of interesting. We'll see it all tomorrow. And of course, we have the Universal Collision episode. It will run about a half hour. Actually, it runs 30 minutes. So it's going to be a half hour, 7 Eastern to 7:30 Eastern. That's what we're going to have. A nice half hour start to the weekend. And it's going to be Overlord finally meeting Megatron. And Overlord is pretty much convinced that he has ultimate dominion and power over Oricris. So we'll see how that plans out. Love your take on non-transformables, but have you looked at the 3-0 characters? Thoughts? I have looked at the 3-0. They're beautiful. They're expensive, but they're gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. If you're cool with them not transforming, it's hard to argue with them. I've seen them live too, because there's a store here that the owner owns a couple of them and has them on display. So I've seen them. I don't own any, but I've seen them, and like they're more art than anything else. Absolutely more art than anything else. Digging for a box to ship the sets, and I'm going to need them soon, Dragonfly baby. But you already knew that. Okay, let's run through the news. And I'm going to talk about some things that we've touched on and some things that I have here. So Hubcap, Grease Pit, and Exhaust, they're all now in store, in brick and mortar store at EB Games here. I could go right now and pick up about 10 Hubcaps if I wanted to. A couple of Grease Pits. Exhaust seems to sell out pretty quickly. Studio Series Blitzwing and Skipjack, they are out in the US, as is, this was mentioned earlier, the Wave 10 deluxes, that being the Satellite, Soundwave, and Cliff Jumper and Topspin. They're also out here in Canada. Not here yet, but they are out. Nothing of interest there for me personally, but if you're on the hunt, cool. The Galactic Odyssey, we already sort of talked about, and I said, why can't they just do Ratchet right? I think I might keep my Generations RC, but I'm glad to get the mold as Lifeline, because I would like to have the mold. The Earth mode of Ratchet and Ironhide is, they tried, but the way the windows are done on the side is really throwing me off. I don't know. I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see which I keep, those or the Siege. I really don't know yet. What else do we have here? MMC showed off their IDW Getaway. Looks beautiful. If you've been in, for example, on their Athena, you have an idea of what's going to be up and coming pretty soon with that. It looks absolutely beautiful. What else do we have? We saw Black Arachnia Spider mode up close, apparently. It looks correct. I'm sure she's kind of like crunched up in a ball with her legs out. It is what it is, because she's going to be, fairly small. She's a deluxe. I'm totally in for her. 100%. I know I'm in for her because I could really use an update for Black Arachnia. The only one I have is the animated version, which is great, but I want a proper Beast Wars version. Let's see. We saw some images of the Soundwave for Earthrise, and we knew he could do the cassette mode. So this is my Siege Soundwave in cassette mode. And what's different about this guy and the Earthrise? Well, let's go to the back. Here on the back, I have these pieces, and I have the arms down. Now, I have, as you can see right here, the Shockwave Labs SL51 set, so I can push the arms back out of the way. What's going to happen with the new Earthrise one is, whereas these arms, I'll bring this forward again, whereas these arms have sections that bend down like this, the Earthrise is going to have a section that bends back around to the back. The arms will be able to go to the back because these two pieces will not be there. So the arms can fold in on the back. That's what's going to happen. As for the legs, I just fold the legs up. But what's going to happen is you're going to have to turn those legs around. And back right here, there's going to be a solid piece with the buttons on it. The legs will fold up, and then there's going to be a flap on the side that's going to flip out. That's how you're going to get your cassette mode. So you're going to have a cleaner look because you're not going to have these pieces on the back, but it also means you're not going to be able to do the spaceship mode, which probably is no loss. You could probably still pull off the lamppost mode, but the legs on this version of the guy can, and I'll get these down here now. The legs on this version of the guy, the Siege one, can go forward. The new one will be able to go forward, and these can go back. I'm going to say that on the new one, there's going to be a solid flap back here, and the legs might be able to go back that far, but that's going to be it. It's also going to be cleaner because it's not going to have the battle damage. For me, I don't need it because I have this version with the Shockwave Labs add-on kit. It can do the ship mode. It can do the lamppost mode, and it can do the cassette mode. So I'm good. But if you didn't get the Shockwave Labs, or you didn't see the Siege Soundwave in your neck of the woods, I'm going to tell you now, 100%, get yourself the Netflix. Do it, because even with a couple of minor changes, this is an amazing offering of Soundwave. That's going to be an amazing offering of Soundwave. Do yourself a favor. You will be very happy with it. And I just pulled out a piece there. You will guaranteed be very happy with it. And I'm just putting this guy back because why not? We also saw images of the Netflix Optimus Prime. What's my take on the Netflix Optimus Prime? Interesting, but it's still not perfect. First, he's not going to be coming with the trailer. We already knew that. He is going to be coming with 2 golden battle masters for some weird reason. But what about the actual Prime itself? Well, here is my Earthrise Optimus Prime. The new one, I think, does have a new head sculpt, and I think that was said. I'm not sure how it's different from this, but I think it is. The eyes on the new one certainly do pop, and it has the silver kind of going up on the nose piece and around the eyes. I painted that in myself. On the new one, the blue is much darker than this. It's a deeper blue, almost a G2 blue. The chest on this one is blue. The chest on the new one will be more of like a white. This little gray piece right here, that will be red. I painted the biceps and the shoulders red on mine. They were gray. The new one, the biceps and the shoulders are going to be blue. The lower legs on the new one, and whereas all of this and the back here was all gray, I painted it. The new one will have more blue going back, and just the very back of the leg is going to be gray, so I think it's better. It's a fantastic Optimus Prime. The plastic has always felt a little iffy to me in comparison to the plastic that was used with the Siege Optimus, but I've converted this guy a billion times, so many times. Nothing is stressed. Nothing feels bad. Nothing but perfection. He is amazing. Do yourself a favor. If you didn't get him, go get him. About getting a trailer, man, you can get a trailer. There are trailers out there. You can get a trailer. What else did we have? DNA Design have their accessory kit that goes on the Devastator. We talked about that with the cables and the wrecking balls and the shoulder fillers and the neck. And I think an alternate face. Nemesis Prime, we talked about that. Which Nemesis Prime do you like better? Takara done one that was like all deep black. And it had like teal on the tires, teal on the stripe going like just under his chest, and teal on the lights on his pelvis. The one for Netflix comes with a trailer. It just has the teal on the pelvis. It has like a silvery gray line under his chest, but looks to be more like the Siege Skywarp, where it's more like a gunmetal gray than a solid stark black. He looks like he's more of a bad dude, and I dig that he comes with, that Giza Fangtron, which I guess Giza gave up his bird mode to become a snake, I guess, and the sword and the blasters. Like, I think the better one is the Netflix, but I see the argument for the other one as well. What do you guys think? I'm just going to check in. I know you guys have been talking. Cliff Jumper is very nice. Can't even tell it's a retool of Jeep B. I figured that, Jay, actually. Do you like the black paint on his legs? I don't know what. Oh, yeah, I agree on Ratchet. Absolutely, Ninja Bill. Guys, I know I'm missing some stuff here. Let's see as we go down here a little bit. I never knew Canada had what? Oh yeah, we have a rough. It depends on where you live in Canada. I feel like Winnipeg gets stuff super early. Here we don't. Getting Blitzwing Monday. I'll be looking for Leadfoot. And that's the other thing. I've heard Leadfoot is out, but I can't guarantee that. But that's what I've heard. Is it really when the core class Megatron is revealed with that alternate mode as a tribute? If I remember correctly, there is a possibility that Megatron will do it again for that thing. I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard anything, but it's an interesting notion that core Megatron could have his blaster mode, his gun mode, his Walther P-38 mode. But I really don't know. I wish they adjusted the previous mold a little more, especially with the feet, but I will let get them due to the Earth mode. That's fair. I think the Earthrise RC transformation is hilarious because you fold the backpack and you fold the legs in. Yeah, you do pretty much. Took out a Soundwave core. What? I took out a Soundwave core class. It would be great to have it to recreate. I think that the Soundwave that's coming with the Centurion pack is kind of the ideal size, to be honest with you, which is why I kind of don't feel like I need the Earthrise, because I have a great robot there that does 4 modes. And then if I really want a very true cassette mode, I got the little one that's coming with Centurion when that finally comes out. I was lucky. Somebody helped me with that. The only cassette mode I want is a small one. Yeah, right? The Netflix Optimus is an Optimus. Yeah, it is an Optimus. You're right. A little bit darker blue, a couple of changes, but it's a good Optimus. There's no doubt. Cliff Jumper's job is meant to die. Oh, that's true. The Netflix Optimus looks dull. I could see that. If you don't like the darker blue and the muted blue, I could see that because it's not that metallic-y blue. I can understand that if you like the brighter colors. I miss Hasbro. I miss like Hasbro. I took out a. Oh, I already read that. Why am I reading that again? I absolutely want the Centurion pack. Look, here's the thing. For me to get the Centurion pack, again, they say, Poles can come to Canada now. The prices are atrocious because it got to go through FedEx. That's the only shipping they have here. It makes it almost impossible to do because the cost of shipping doubles the price. That's nuts. Okay, going on down through here, we saw some art from Transformers 5, which I think was actually really interesting. Apparently, the Megatron that was originally supposed to have a dragon mode, and his plane mode was supposed to be used for one of the other knights. We were also supposed to have a knight based on Norse mythology and another one based on Gaelic mythology. I don't know how well that would have worked. I mean, these are alien robots. Why would they be based on Norse mythology or Gaelic mythology? Like, why? That wouldn't have made any sense. And I don't know why Megatron would have all of a sudden been a dragon. We already didn't get an explanation for Megatron. Why is he a dragon? It wouldn't really have made sense. Looks cool, but I don't think it would have made sense. New York Toy Fair 2021 has been postponed. I already talked about that. And I think that's why we're getting something like PulseCon on the 25th, 26th. Look, Hasbro usually shows all this stuff off at NYCC and SDCC and Toy Fair. None of that stuff's happening. So they're going to do their own thing. They're going to do a live stream on YouTube because that's being physically, socially distant. And boom, they can show a bunch of stuff off. I hope that they don't have any of it to sell right away because they've saturated the market. They've oversaturated the market now. People need to catch their breath. You can't enjoy and appreciate what's coming because you can't keep it all straight. Apparently, before the end of the year, heading into 2021, we're going to get an announcement of the stuff that's coming for Transformers 35th anniversary. That's going to start. Those celebrations are going to start in Q4, whatever that's going to be. I've heard that either at PulseCon or at that, I'm pretty sure it's going to be PulseCon though, we're going to get the Pit of Judgment through Hasbro Pulse. Again, I'm not paying the shipping. I'd love to have the Pit of Judgment, but like I'm not paying that Pulse shipping. Not going at it. Netflix Optimus Prime, we already talked about. What else? Battle Call Officer Class. That's the 10-inch. Bumblebee is out. Whatever. Okay, cool. I guess we saw more images of Super Megatron. I am so stoked. I love the Star Convoy. Can't wait for Super Megatron, who can become Ultra Megatron, who can become like Omega Ultra Megatron based on the Legends comic. I love all the modes. I don't have the mold. I never had it for Galvatron. I can't wait for this. G1 Blaster is out in Canada. We talked about that. It's not for me, but if it's for you, starting to come out. Magic Square showed off a Chibi RC. Seems like a weird thing for Magic Square to do. It looks cute if you're into a non-transforming chibi-looking RC. PulseCon we touched on will be September 25th, 26th. A lot of exclusives from a lot of brands are going to come up there. Shockwave Labs showed off Shockwave Labs 83, which is fillers and engine blocks for Rotor Storm. I don't need them, but like I'm cool with Rotor Storm being what it is. I'm not that connected to the character to need an add-on for him, but if you do, Shockwave Labs got you covered with SL83. Looks really good. I'll give it that. Red is out in Canada. We talked about that at length. What else do we have here? Cyberverse Prime. There's this weird dancing Cyberverse Prime that's 21 centimeters tall. That is being done by Perfect Toys out of China. We had announced this week on Tuesday, Corden and Spindrift look, or Spin Out, I'm sorry. Corden and Spin Out is a 2-pack. That should be an exclusive. They are niche characters. They're repaints. That should be exclusive. Rotor Storm should be exclusive. But you know what shouldn't? Ratchet should not be exclusive. Ironhide should not be exclusive. What else do we have? We have actual corporate changes at IDW. I've never been an IDW fan. Maybe the corporate changes will make all the difference in the world. And I don't care what anybody says. The last bit of news, the teaser from Takara is going to be Dino King. I'd eat my hat if it's not. Checking in with you guys. The 86 movie Studio Series Jazz looks cool. Haven't seen it. If you have, cool. We just got a Rekgar on POTP, and that's great. It is great. Let's see. I gotta check that now. Look at Devlin. Holy. Let's see. Devlin, if I don't find this picture now, you're going to be in big trouble, buddy. Because I know what you're saying there. Yeah, I don't see any picture of Studio Series Jazz. I have no idea what you're talking about. Super Megatron is good and superior from Galvatron. Yeah, well, it would be because it doesn't have the headmaster gimmick. Why say you eat your hat? You're not wearing one. Ha, 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 you literal man. Time for dinner. Yeah, and you know what? On that note, we've been in here a long time. I came on early. It's time for me to get out of here, enjoy the rest of my night, heading into the weekend. Don't forget, tomorrow is a big day around here for our community here on the channel because we have the big countdown. And then tomorrow evening, join us right back here. We're going to do the premiere. We're going to have a live chat going on for the premiere from 7 to 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. For me, that's 8:30. But Eastern Standard Time, 7 to 7:30, a half hour of some Transformers goodness to kick off the weekend. Until then, I appreciate you coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, there's a donate link down in the description. You can check us out on Patreon. You can see what we offer to you through Teespring. You can become a channel member right here on YouTube. Don't forget that somehow, someway, each and every single day, man, you do make a difference. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together, either right here in the live streams, at the stop motion premieres, like tomorrow, or the old-fashioned way, baby, inside the videos.